Howdy, howdy. Happy Tuesday, which I guess you'll be watching this probably on a Monday. Today, I am actually working on my truck. I blew an intercore line on the old Ford. I gotta put a new one on. The machine is still hooked to my trailer because as soon as this is fixed, tomorrow we have a job to do. So I blew the pipe coming home last Friday night. I ordered one Friday night and it got here Tuesday morning. It's still a Tuesday. Getting it fixed up and yeah, hopefully I have this thing. I'm not a mechanic at all, besides working on dirt bikes, so I'm hoping I can change this by myself pretty easily. And then after this is fixed, you'll see the next job I'm doing, and we'll go over what the next 6 to 8 weeks is gonna look like. As of today, March 18th, I have sold $76,000 worth of work for 2025, and that's just gets me through June. So, or actually that'll get me through the end of May. So that's what it's looking like. And I'm gonna explain to you how I did that and how the marketing thing and networking and all that stuff works. So strap in, get a notebook out if you want to take notes. This stuff really works. I'm not giving you no BS. This is real life stuff. So carry along. Successfully changed the intercore pipe, even though I'm not a mechanic. It took me like an hour, 10 minutes. I did it. Just drove down to the old fuel station to fuel up my truck and to make sure it would hold. It's building boost good, it's running good, it's running a lot better than what it was. I didn't realize how much power I was losing. I'm assuming that pipe's been failing for a while. And then Friday it finally just popped, so. Yeah, super pumped to have that back going. Our truck's been down only for 5 days, but still. Not even Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah, so today's the 5th day it was down. 2 days of the weekend, so I only lost a couple of days of being productive, but I've been running estimates and enhanced Duramax, so. It's not been too bad, but tomorrow we're back on the grind and we have another job we're starting. So we'll touch base tomorrow and you guys will see what we're doing this week. Yo, gonna interrupt real quick and just say, if you're new to my channel, I thank you. Please like and subscribe. My name's Cole with More Dirt. I started on YouTube primarily to do motocross stuff back in the day. And then I switched careers when I was 25 years old from HVAC to dirt. After being with my family's HVAC business for years and years, I felt God called me to do something different. I bought this house right here behind me when I was 24 from the bank as a foreclosure. Remodeled the entire thing. It took me 2 years. After that 2-year time period, I took equity out, took money, started my business. And now through my journey, what I've learned, I feel it's only right to give back and try to help you guys. So if I can share my story to help you guys that want to grind and want to better your life, that's what I do it for. I feel like I can help everybody just sharing the simplest things. So if it's marketing, if it's growing your plumbing business, growing your mowing business, your HVAC business, your dirt business, I can help you. Blue Collar Launchpad is a group we formed to help with this. Link below if you're interested. I would love to talk to you about that. And I'd like to take time to thank Express Steel Attachments for sticking by my side. They're made right here in Indiana. I've used all of their stuff. There's a whole mess of attachments back there. And I have not enough good things to say about them. So I just want to make this short little message. I'm going to put this in all my videos for 2025. I'm genuinely grateful and appreciative for everybody who watches. All you guys that comment and the positive things, I appreciate it. If you email me, you DM me on Instagram, it might take me a while to get back to you, but I promise I will if I can. So as always, God first, family second, work third, more dirt. So it's Wednesday, 12:30. I had a 1 o'clock appointment today. I'm supposed to have a nurse come out and do like take our blood, check our heart rate, all that stuff for our whole life insurance person. And they canceled on us again, so I changed my plans. I had a 1 o'clock appointment, now it's 12:30. She canceled an hour ago, and so I scrambled and got stuff ready. Now I'm gonna go be productive. So right now we're headed down to the boys' daycare to do a little grading and try to fix her driveway a little bit. I'm trying to avoid her getting stoned, but she's probably gonna have to have stone brought in. We'll see. And then after that, we're going down and do tear a little concrete, like approach deal, and then put in a prep to put in some speedy channel drain, which you can see right there. That's what that stuff is. And it's just gonna be we're not putting any concrete down, we're just doing gravel. She doesn't want any more concrete. She just wants gravel around everything. So that's what we're working on today. We're trying to be productive as possible. There's a big rainstorm, like actual tornado warning stuff coming in by 4 o'clock. Like I said, it's 12:30. So we're gonna do what we can to be productive, and then hopefully tomorrow storm's out of here and we can make something happen. So let's get with it. Believe it or not, I unloaded granite driveway and reloaded already. I was gonna film, but it's my kid's daycare. I don't want to film where my kids go to daycare, so understandable, right? Right. So now we're transporting the machine to the actual job we're gonna be filming today. Or, no, I guess not today, but the next couple of days. And my wife just texted me and said, hey, chance of hail, do you mind if we go take and put the Duramax in my mom and dad's barn? So I might just drop a skid steer off and head home and go put the Duramax in the barn because, you know, I don't want hail damage. This truck and my other Dodge both had hail damage at our house, and I really don't want to go through the insurance company on that new Duramax. So I'm gonna touch base with her in a second and we'll see what we're gonna do. But for now, we're taking the skid steer down. I want like a 5-minute drive to drop it, and I'll do a little overview of the job when we get there. All right, so here is what we're working with. I just did this little cut with my bucket to see how deep the slab was. Basically, you can't tell, but these lean-tos are put in after this gravel was built up. There's no drain for the garage. So naturally, all the rain coming off the road and all through here is going in the garage. You can see the sandbags here. So what I have is I have 14 foot of 5-inch channel drain. We're gonna dig out and drop an inch or inch and a half lower than the garage lip down like in this area here and catch all that water coming down through here. And then we're gonna dig, take it all the way out there and daylight it. This is all sand. This is all sand and filled with utilities, so I'm gonna hand dig all this. It's only 55 foot of hand digging. A lot of hand digging this year. I normally don't do that much, but when I was over there doing my wife's uncle's driveway, these people came over like, oh, do you do anything with drainage? And I was like, yeah, of course I do. So I sold this job probably 2 months ago, but I was gonna start today, but it's already, like I said, it's almost 2 o'clock. The storms are coming, and I want to put the Duramax in the barn. So I'm gonna leave this speed for the morning, get a fresh start at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and make it happen. But when we do the drain, it's a speedy 5-inch channel drain. We're gonna tie in that downspout, and we're gonna run it all the way out and do a pop-up. So not a very big job, but these kind of jobs are perfect for you guys just starting out. I'll explain in a second how I sold this and how I figured it out. I probably could have stayed there and been productive, but my worry was as I uncovered something or busted that concrete out and the rain came, it was gonna make a mess and make it miserable for tomorrow. So I assumed to start with a fresh slate tomorrow. So how I sold that job is obviously you measure out your material. I'm using Speedy 5-inch channel drain, which you can get at Lowe's, Menards. Using 60 foot of STR35 or the other thin wall sewer pipe, whichever you prefer, wherever you can get. And then probably a little bit of sock pipe on the left side of the Speedy drain just to act as a little French drain. And then I have to have my time, so I have to drop my skid steer off. Then I have to bring my dump trailer back to load out the concrete and get it out of there. And then I have my time going to get the material, I have my time going to look at the job. I figure all that stuff in, and probably a day and a half. I'm hoping a day, but with cleaning up everything, just to be safe, I put a day and a half labor on it because it's not a lot of machine time. But I still accounted for a day of skid steer rate because my skid steer is going to be there for a full day when it could be another job making money. So I explained that to them. They understood it. They're happy with the price. It came out like $3,200. Now that might seem crazy for what I'm doing, but when you know how far I'm driving and then my machine's sitting there for a full day, like you have to charge these numbers in some situations to make it make sense. Sometimes you're making less profit margins on these bigger jobs than the small jobs. I want to say the small day and a half jobs is where you make most of your money at. Because if they had to go rent a skid steer for a day, it was going to cost them, you know, $1,000 essentially when you pay for delivery charge. So in all reality, I'm not being out of the ballpark or unfair. So take all that stuff into consideration when you're bidding these jobs. Okie dokie, so as you can see, it has rained a lot. So, you know, March is tornado season. We had hail and severe storms last night, but we're working in really, really sandy soil, and my skid steer does not have to leave the gravel driveway. So only thing my skid steer's on site for is the concrete pad that's getting busted up. So I'm gonna go this morning first thing, try to saw cut parallel to the existing slab where it butts up the garage. I'm assuming they drilled rebar and tied it in. I saw some expansion, so I'm assuming it's tied in that way, but you can never assume anything, especially in the county I live in. You know, Cousin Eddie and the boys could have poured Quick Creek for all I know, so I have no idea. But first things first, we're gonna head down there, do that, get the concrete slab tore out, and then we'll shoot grade to figure out where we're going with our dig from there. But another manual excavator day, guys. But these jobs are perfect for you guys starting out, wanting to really like learn how fall works and how to use your grade laser with small risk, you know. I mean, using a shovel still has risk if you don't call 811. In this situation, I didn't call 811 because I know where the gas, I know where the water, I know where everything is, and I'm not going that deep in the ground, and I'm using a shovel. So, rolling the dice with that, but other than that, I think we'll be pretty good. It's all sand, it's wet, it should be pretty easy digging. So, let's make the day happen. Alrighty, so we're on site. Like I said yesterday, I have this dug up, see how thick the slab was. I'm gonna come 16 inches off the garage, cut it off right here, and put our PD drain right here, run it out this way, here, pick that up, and run it all the way out somewhere in between that tree and bird feeder that way, where it's got enough fall. But this, you can see how high that gravel is compared to that. You might be wondering, why'd you not just regrade it? Well, you see these carport things right here? Getting some in here to remove these out, move it back in was gonna cost more than me putting in this drain. So this is the best route for what we're doing. So I'm gonna actually use the grinder and get my line made before I use a saw. Because when the saw is making so much dust, I don't have a wet saw. I never can see my lines. I'm gonna go really easy with my grinder, make my first mark, and then I'll come through with the actual saw and cut it off. And hopefully they didn't have rebar sticking out that far. Well, we'll have to see. Cannot beat the Milwaukee leaf blower with the lock on as I'm grinding. The dust blowing away from it. Shout out my brother for showing me that trick last week at the old retaining wall job. So now I'm gonna pull some of the stone away. I'm gonna come along each side. I'm gonna saw cut it off with a saw. And it seems like the rain does not want to leave. It's raining yet again. Frustrating. Got the old Rippy RX 800 demo saw that was my dad's. I took. He don't use it anymore. I went and got it all fixed up, got it serviced. I don't even know anything about this saw. It's probably from the 1980s. I mean, it's so old. It might not be that old, but I took it to get fixed, and they couldn't even tell me anything about it besides to clean the carb, new spark plug, new pull rope, and gutter dial. I'm gonna buy a wet saw one day, but I don't know if I ever priced a wet saw. It's almost $2,000, and why not just use this if it works? You know what I mean? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I didn't take into consideration that the hydro bucket has bolts on it. I probably should not have used this to take up concrete, but here we are. You can see the old right there that wasn't working. I found it. So we're getting this out. I got one up, one more chunk to go. I'm gonna dump this in the dump trailer and hopefully not break my dump trailer. Which I've dumped heavier stuff in there before, so we'll see. Forgot my pipe was still in here. That would have been bad. That'd have been real freaking bad. Guys that do have dump trailers or do rent dump trailers, it's always important, especially the scissor lift kind. Load it, over the axles, obviously, any trailer, but especially keeping the weight off the front because that scissor lifts like right here. Actually, the scissor lifts like right here. The telescopic lifts up there. If you get too much weight up here, guys, it'll peter out. So the more weight you keep towards the ass, especially on a gooseneck dump trailer, the better it is. The better off you are for dumping. I learned that the hard way years ago when I first started hauling rock. Let's try to get this one out. Over the dang bolts on the bucket. Like I said, I shouldn't have used this for tearing concrete, but it's on the trailer. I take it where I go. So, Jens and Olaf, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to send this back to you for some touch-ups here. I know it has new axles, new tires, new everything, but still, its dump trailer has been put through the freaking ringer. Oh, I'm happy it's over. It makes me disgusting. I sincerely feel bad for Jens and Olaf for disrespecting their piece of artwork in such a matter. Gosh, that makes me want to throw up. Alright, well, GoPro is on 50%. It's 38 degrees, so we'll see how long it lasts, but I'm going to start prepping. I'm going to start prepping for the old channel drain, so I'll film a little bit here, but that GoPro's not going to last much longer. I'll throw the truck for a quick charge. Before I put the GoPro on charge, I'll show you guys kind of what's going on. So I know we touched on earlier, but they're having water run. Basically, you see these leaves are piled up. The water was running down next to our foundation, coming through here, and the gravel's built up like there, going in the garage. So now we're going to drag this back and manipulate it down. And I might actually, depending on the soil, if the sand starts real early, I won't do this because it'll just clog it. Or I guess the sand will let water filter through too. But I might put a piece of sock tile there to pick it up as well, just to make sure we get all the water down the drain. But there was a grate back here, like I said, and the water was not actually coming through here. The water was coming through there. So now we're just building a racetrack to catch it all with the channel, and then we're going to slope the channel, like I said, and go that way. We're not pouring concrete on the channel. We're going to rebar it down. It's in sand. I'm going to compact around it. They both have little bitty cars, so I'm not worried about it going over this Speedy channel, whatever it's called. Speedy, however the hell you say it. I'm not worried about them driving over it. If I compact around it with sand properly, put gravel around it, it should be correct. So as long as it's rebar down, soaked properly, we should be good to roll. So let's get the laser out and start getting this thing on grade. Alrighty, GoPro's still in the truck charging, but I got her on grade. Like I said, I'm not pouring concrete around this, but I'm gonna use that sand, compact around it all the way, and then put stone the last inch or so, or 2 inches or whatever they want. I got her falling. A little bit of the bubbles touching, that's what I want, all the way across there. It's falling towards here, and we'll get this backfilled, and I'll start my racetrack. I want to get it backfilled, and obviously use concrete pins and some rebar to backfill it. I got 21 1/4 off the garage door all the way through, so it looks nice and square. And then, like I said, rebar and concrete takes the back it. That way when I backfill it, it won't move it. So I'm going to backfill it, and then I'll start making my other connections this way. I really dig these drains because you can take this piece, And this piece, put them together. Make sure it goes, I do mine like this. Put mine together like that. And that slides right in to the back of your sewer pipes. You just come right off with the female belt in. Make sure you glue both sides, and then that comes right off your drain. So it makes this super easy, and then this snaps in the drain, and then you screw all your lid down, and it makes it, works out well. All righty. Ooh, don't spill the glue. Don't want to spill the glue. Yeah, that'll work. Beautiful. And that should slide right down in like that, like so. Then you offset this, yada, 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 just like that. Okay, so now that's in there. Like I said earlier, if this job was not all sand, I probably wouldn't be working today. But as you can tell, we're in a river valley, and it's all sand. And sand's like, if you're pouring concrete, sand's the best thing to use for compaction. So I wasn't too worried about this. If we didn't have this kind of soil, I probably would have said, hey, we need to pour concrete back. But they don't put the cars in there. And if they do, they're using those kind of cars. And I obviously told them, hey, if you're in and out a bunch of times, maybe you do want to put concrete. But for now, this is what they want me to do. So I'm doing the scope of work that they want. So always get that in writing, you know what I mean? If you're doing anything you're questioning or skeptical about, get it in writing, make them see it, both parties agree, etc. So nothing ever comes back on you and bites you in the ass. But I'm gonna start getting her backfilled, and then we'll start figuring out our ditch line. Of course, when I get ready to start digging, the rain starts again, but show must go on. That's heavy too, jeez. Gosh, that sand's nice to dig in though. Makes it easy to work with. Leave my garden hose hooked up for a little bit. Or I'm gonna expose this to get this on grade out here, tying that downspout. I apologize for the wind chime noise. There's a couple of them in my head. So now I'm gonna set grade. See, I already had it perfect. Look at that. I didn't even realize that. I had that perfect. That 5.5 I did earlier was perfect. So now it's bottom pipe. So now we want to be a little bit lower. As you can see, blue is low. All the way. There's no way it's lower. Alright, so I'm good to here. So I'm going to keep this grade a little bit lower than grade all the way to my final destination. The laser doesn't lie, so just follow what the laser says. And normally you're in pretty good shape. I watched the radar earlier and it said clear, and it's legit snowing and icing on me. It was 70 degrees yesterday. I'm gonna get sick for freaking sure. I gotta keep wiping the pipe off and taking my time. At least it's not rain, I reckon. I can deal with snow. Rain would suck more. Rain is cramping my style. Holy cow. I get everything out of the being so wet. Not ideal trying to glue pipe when everything's soaked, you know. Oh, goodness. Not ideal. It's getting colder, too. It's just, the weatherman lied, for sure. Liar, liar, pants for hire. Holy smokes. You can see I got this fitting in. I want to go down more, but the footer was basically right there, so I couldn't go back anymore to get grade for that. So I got that tied in. Now I'm started raining again, so I'm gonna obviously get my pipe inside, then dig out, basically figure out where a 45 needs to go, and then straight shot there. I'm gonna cross over that brick thing and the other buried corrugated, I reckon. That piece of concrete kind of looks heavy. I'm gonna dig across this somewhere, which you can see this is actually going uphill, doing nothing productive. I was gonna go that way, but that tree's right there, I don't wanna hit the root, so I'm gonna try to go right through here. Right through there is my goal. And that water line's 4 foot deep, she said, so I'm definitely not worried about hitting that. After double checking, I think a 22 is gonna be more our speed for our turn. I think that angle's gonna work better. I'm just eyeballing it, but it's good enough for what we're doing, boys. That looks about yay. Yeah, I can come right off, almost right off of it with the 22, and it'll get us going how we want it to go, I reckon. It's going right towards that pot, but 45 is just too much. Heck, I think if I swing this angle, it's almost like that. I think we make it work. Yeah, because the 45, I think, is gonna be too dang much. Yeah, 45 is gonna be way too much, so we'll 22 right off that and take her on down the way, I reckon. All right, so I was time-lapsing. GoPro died, but so this fancy brick here I thought was just decorations of the septic tank. I found it. So I hit the septic tank, came down here and hit a giant tree root. And I'm gonna ask them if they want me to stop there or keep going. I know they talked about going down there, but that's already got so much fall from there, and there's a natural swell right here that goes down and out. So I'm gonna see what they think. If they want me to keep going, I'll gladly will. If they want me to stop there, I will, and I'll knock off some of the price. I showed you guys the root. I think I showed you the root in the tank. I hit the old well tank. Got that squared away, and now she's like, can you tie in, is there any way to tie in that downspout right there to that drain? And yeah, I can. I don't know how much water's gonna get. I'm worried about that channel drain getting overwhelmed, but as much fall as I got, it should work out well. So I'm gonna go get a pop-up and get all the hand stuff done out there today. And then if I have time today, we'll hand dig this, which I'll bring the skid steer to the land rake and scrape that gravel back. Or just put in a French drain of a stock pipe, hook into the downspout, and then we'll tie it into that channel. So just like per usual, change order, but I'm gonna keep going. The GoPro's charging again because it died. And I'll touch base in a few, but it's getting colder and it sucks. I freaking hate the cold. All right, so I got grade set for the top lip of the speedy channel where it comes out on top of pipe. And now I put 90 because you want to pop up. And that's what we want to hear. It's a low, 2 inches low. From there to there, it's not that far. Hell, it's only not even 20-some feet. We got 2 inches of fall, so it should be God's plan to get it. Plus, it's gonna have the downspout ripping with it and the other downspout. So it should get out of there and never be all the way full. That is the goal. So if there was no pop-up on there, the thing's screaming. So I don't know. I'm gonna try backfilling this, and then I'm gonna go home and get the sock pipe and get the actual pop-up adapter for that 90. But I'm freezing, dude. It went from 45. The high was supposed to be 45. It's 37 right now, and the wind is ripping. So, although I'm staying moving, I'm still freezing. Just rolled home, grabbed the pop-up, got corrugated downspout connection because the other downspout I'm hooking up is gonna be corrugated to sock, and I got my sock pipe. Back when I first started in business, if I had extra material, I would always take it back. And then, obviously, as it got busier and bigger or whatever, I started keeping stuff. So now I got 6 totes full of STR 35 or sewer pipe, 4-inch sewer pipe fittings. I have 1 tote just of corrugated fittings, and I always keep a roll or 4-inch socket at the house. And I always keep at least 40 feet of 4-inch sewer hard pipe. That's just what I use the most. So I grabbed the equipment trailer, which you can't tell. You can't see it because it's not a gooseneck, but I grabbed the equipment trailer because if I get done in time tonight, I'm gonna bring the skid steer home, and then we're gonna load it up, play musical attachments, and get the bush hog and the new grapple that I've never used ready for a job I'm doing for my brother at his property. So if I get done in time tonight, tomorrow I'll play musical attachments and possibly go get started on my brother's property, which is pretty awesome how he bought it. I mean, we'll get into that separate video. So if you're here, this video's up, go look for that video. It's showing you how to buy bare property, do bare minimum, turn around and make a profit. So completely legal, completely fair. It's just some people don't know it's that simple to make a bunch of money. Anyhow, that's a different video. I'm headed back to the job now. This thing will shift the second gear. There we go. And we're gonna start on this phase 2, I reckon. It looks like, so I don't know if this will be easiest or not. That's like 10 inches off that. Let's see if I can go over here. We're like 10 inches off that. Keep it pretty consistent. That'd be center pipe. That way I can use my land level and actually scrape back some gravel and save my back, you know what I mean? That's what I'm gonna do. Throw the land rake on and scrape some material back. I don't gotta go that low. You don't have to go as deep. Those have to be deeper over here. Obviously when I go connect it, it's gonna fall from the gutter down to that way, and then I'll bury it more here so I can make my curve in. Of course, this part is like concrete. Without making a complete mess. That worked all right. It could be worse. Nothing worse than pipe with some memory to it, you know. There she be, baby. Heck yeah. My knees are feeling it. I don't know if I can make that bend that tight. We're gonna try. There ain't no way I'm making that 90. Yeah, I might. If I bend it like that, get some memory on it. I'll have to get the short gutter, but I think that's going to be as good as she's going to. I mean, the water's going down in there. I don't know why it wouldn't work. If she doesn't like it, I'll change it. But I don't think I've been corrugated things. I'll look. I guess I could. I could do another drop and go over with a 90. Let's see if I got one of those. That might be a move. Let's see. Oh, right here. Yeah, I'll just do that. Go over and put another. I got one of these bad boys. Just put this right in here like so. Bam. We'll do that. That way it looks more uniform. Since this is above ground exposed, I'm not going to glue it. That way, yeah, I like that a lot better. That looks a lot more professional. Oh my gosh. All right, well now it's cleanup time. Let's go. I almost forgot showing this old drain demo, so I'm going to cut it out of here real quick with a Sawzall. Yeah, right on. I don't even have a fitting on that. Look at that. He said that thing shut in there. I wondered it didn't do nothing. Wow. What a deal. That thing's full of gravel. Wow. Full of gravel. Yeah, that was never ever working. Holy smokes. That's crazy. Clean up, clean up. Shocker, phone ringing. All right, so I was done cleaning up, had everything backflow put together. They started filling full of water, and the water was falling to the left. I'm like, what's going on? And upon further investigation, the fitting that went from the corrugated to the PVC, I forgot, was a male to male. It didn't hold in there properly, and it was causing water to spew out of there. So, fortunately, I caught it. Hardware store locally is right up the road. I'm gonna get a coupling or Yeah, I want a cupping, I don't want a front coat. I'm gonna cup it together and glue it, and then I'm gonna silicone the joints inside that speedy drain, just to really make sure, because we have so little fall that drain's gonna hold water, so I don't want there to be any seepage to go underneath the foundation, you know. So I'm happy I caught that, man, and that could have been a problem. Maybe not even in my lifetime or those homeowners' lifetime of them owning the house, but it would have been a problem. So I'm trying to do the right thing and make it right. So I'm going to the hardware store right now to get me a fitting and a silicone gun and silicone. Because my silicone gun, silicone is at home. And my face is cold. So happy I caught that. I thought I was done. Nope, psych. Package secured. I got expensive silicone and a $4 silicone gun. Right here is our culprit. So earlier, which I'm an idiot, because I was like, oh yeah, I'll remember, I'll put a cupping on that. And I did, and I had that thing stuffed in there and it worked for a second. Well, I buried it, and then all the water, you can clearly see that's much higher than that. All the water was going backwards because it was leaking out of that thing. So we're gonna fix that now, fortunately. So I had this in, essentially in that, like an idiot. I wasn't even thinking, because it went in like a rib, but that's not how it's supposed to go. It's supposed to go like this. See how it goes all the way flush, and then you glue it. So I can push all the way on there, so I can use this coupling. But yeah, so that's the oopsie I made, and that's why the water was going back there. I'm so happy I caught that. Got her squared away, and I also siliconed that there because I did not like how that was attached. I just didn't, this has to fill up so much because we have so small fall. I don't want any water seeping out of there. So I silicone that. I'm gonna clean my tools up and wait a few minutes, and then we're gonna try her again, see if she's dry enough to make her work. I got something to do now. Spray off with the hose. Sweet. It should work out really good for him. Turned out good. I need to clean it off. It's dirty, but then if they ever want to pour concrete, pull the gravel out. It's all leveled and not going to move. They can pour a approach around if they want to. They got 6 inches on that side and God's play this side. All right, we got her now. We got her now. Those little door handles on the garage door were magnetic, threw me off already. Heck yeah. Love it. Love it. And you can see all the water is now going that way like it's supposed to. Thank goodness. So we fixed our issue. If you guys ain't never heard of this whole XC, this is the ticket right here for stuff like this. Chandler Creek showed me this. Creek excavation. Back when we first both started out. This stuff is like working with sand, I don't know how it would be. I have no idea. I'm not a soil expert when it comes to I'm assuming this will work with sand. Now I've seen it grow in the back of my dump trailer, you know. Took the lamp lever off so I get closer to the house. I'm tracking. Yeah, I can do a better job. See how much closer I get. That's good. Looks real nice, Mark. Loaded down. Ready to go. All right, full day. Downspout to French drain to cut the slab to a speedy channel drain. All hand dug, by the way, all the way out, left, down to pop up. From 9 to 6, 20-minute lunch. Oh yeah, and we tied that downspout in too. A full day. But they're prepped if they want to pour for concrete later, and the water is not going in the garage anymore, so let's go. All right, that's gonna wrap this one up. It is 6:09 p.m. I'm headed home with a truck full. I'm hoping I don't lose some corrugated back there. But yeah, guys, a one-day job. You know, I was there from 9 to 6, 20-minute lunch. I had $400 in material, and I had obviously my labor, and then I had my machine, and I was like, then she added a little French drain to me at the end, so I was like $3,500 for that. Always account, if your skid steer's on job, whether you're using it all day or not, you have to charge for your skid steer to sit there all day, because it could be somewhere else making money. So I used to not do that back in the day. I used to just charge like a 4-hour minimum or whatever, but since I was there all day long, my skid steer's there all day long, I charge accordingly. So they were fine with it. They were super pleased with what I did, and I explained how I made a mistake and went over it with them so they know exactly what was going on. There's no gray area, and they were pumped. So customers like that and going the extra mile and admitting like your mistakes and fix them, that's how come my phone rings, and that is what will get you work time after time after time again. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. God first, family second, work third, more dirt.